Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Poppy Nell, and in today's video I'm going to be redesigning Amazing World of Gumball characters. Now I may or may not have made a post that I was going to do My Little Pony Equestria Girls again, because it's been like a year since I did those videos, and everybody does that and like it's super fun and cool and whatever. But then I sat down to actually do it and I just wasn't feeling it, so I was like, meh, next thing. So I'm doing redesigning Amazing World of Gumball, which really I am drawing them as humans, but not really, because you'll see as the sketch progresses that I still gave Gumball like his cat ears and a tail. So what do you call like an anthropomorphic person who's like more human, like a Kimono Mimi? Hang on, I'm gonna Google it. Okay, yeah, after a quick Google search, it is Kimono Mimi, humanoid characters with animalistic features, most commonly animal ears and tails. So I made Gumball a Kimono Mimi. Well, that's probably not how you say it, but something like that. As I'm sure you've noticed, if you've ever watched my videos before, it does look a little different this time. It's a screen recording, which my most recent video, I'm pretty sure it was the brush video, that was a screen recording, but that was on my iPad. This time it's on Clip Studio Paint. So I actually have a Huion Canvas 13. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And I have Clip Studio Paint. I don't really, up until recently, I am not really a Clip Studio Paint user. Mostly because I got really overwhelmed with it and like it just didn't feel intuitive to me. I was really not feeling it because I've had Clip Studio Paint for like a year and some now, and I pretty much always draw in Procreate on my iPad. But recently I was like, you know what, I want to learn how to use Clip Studio Paint and I want to use it more often because it looks fun. Like, and I'm always seeing videos of like people speed paints and it's always Clip Studio Paint and it looks so much more satisfying, and it is because it feels more like paper somehow. And like I have a paper like screen protector for my iPad, but it just isn't the same. Like, I don't know, like after I've gotten more used to Clip Studio Paint and drawing on my Huion tablet, I mean Procreate and my iPad just don't compare. Like, I still sketch and like doodle on there, but yeah, no, since like this video and making these drawings, I've been using pretty much only Clip Studio Paint. Like, it's just so good. With this Gumball drawing, it was one of the first drawings that finished drawings I've done with Clip Studio Paint in a really long time, and I was kind of like relearning how to use it and like figuring out which brushes I actually like. So you'll see me kind of like fumbling around with the tools a lot, like moving things, trying to figure out how things work. Like with the paint bucket tool, I'm still not really don't really understand it very well. When I would do like fill bucket on Procreate, I would always use the lasso tool, lasso things, and then fill. But I couldn't figure out how to do that on this without like a bunch of extra steps that just like are annoying. So I don't know, I probably am just not well versed enough in Clip Studio Paint yet. But yeah, I was clearly like fumbling around in this a lot. But in the end, like, I do really like how this drawing turned out, actually. Like, it's a little basic, yeah, but I thought it turned out really cute. Obviously, I aged him up, more of, like, late high school age, mostly because I just don't draw, like, kids. I don't really draw kids. I don't draw, like, in Amazing World of Gumball, they're in, like, junior high, so I guess they're not, like, that little. They're, like, they'd be like 12 or 13 probably. I don't know. I mean, I do watch the show, but I don't think there's really mention of age, just that they're in junior high. They're kids, obviously. Somehow their 4-year-old sister is in the same school as them, which is actually really funny when you think about it. Which I guess I should try to draw more like kids and elderly people. It's not that I can't, it's that I don't. Because I definitely can. I just don't particularly enjoy it, I guess. I don't know, sometimes like I like to draw really cutesy kids for like if it's like a caricature, like somebody I know, but yeah, I just don't draw kids that much. maybe I'll have to come up with some reason to make myself do that. I'm sure there are plenty of reasons why I could draw like some cute kid characters, or like some sweet old people, or maybe like an evil old person. I don't know. I guess that's something I should practice. Anyways, back to the drawing itself. At this point where I'm recording the voiceover, I haven't actually cut the footage because I don't know how much I'm going to talk in this video. So I don't know at what point the speed paint will be at, but yeah, I gave him like his little whisker, cheek marks, the ears and tail, and then I gave him a ring to be like, I think him and Penny would have promise rings. I think they would, and it would be very cute. I also gave him socks and sandals because I just feel like Gumball would wear socks and sandals. I think he would be like, ew, socks and sandals, except me, because I'm the exception to the rule, because he's always the exception to the rule. And I gave him a little pink skateboard keychain because I thought that was funny. I always think about the episode where they're like posers, like Gumball's like a poser, and they get those princess skateboards from the dollar store. I think that's so funny. So I gave him a pink skateboard keychain because I thought it was cute. As I get into the line art, I definitely prefer how this looks, like the screen recording of Clip Studio Paint. Like, I think it just makes it so much more clear, like what my process is, and just like what it really looks like when I'm drawing. I don't know, I think that Procreate was really holding me back, and like that's not to say that like these drawings are like worlds better than the drawings that I made on Procreate, just that I don't feel so like restricted. Like, I don't know what it was about Procreate that like whenever I draw with it, it just doesn't feel as like loose and natural, and it's like I have a much harder time making things look good. I feel like I have to use the transform tools way more often. Like, the brushes just don't feel as nice. The Apple Pencil doesn't feel as nice as my Huion pen does. Like, I don't know, it's probably just a personal preference, but like I don't know, I always thought Procreate was like the bomb because it's all I used, but now that I've been using Clip Studio Paint, I feel like I've been missing out, like sorely missing out. Also, as like an aside, I'm trying to learn Blender right now, just how to sculpt, just how to like model low poly stuff. And yeah, kind of sculpt. I'm not very good at it right now, obviously, because I just started learning it, and it kind of makes my head spin, but it's fine. But I really want to make one of those like cute little low poly YouTuber avatars, and then I could have it like in the corner of my video when I'm talking. I could have my little low poly model. I think that would be so cute. I don't know if I'll do like most of the times when you'll see like the little character version of me, it's just like a drawing of whatever I look like right now, like obviously like a cutesier version. But I don't know, I might make like a little avatar. You know how like some people have like a little cat avatar or something. I don't know. Something cutesy. Like, it probably won't look like me, just because I realize when I go back through all my videos that pretty much all of the drawings of me have different hair in like every drawing because I change my hair so much. And also, I just don't feel like I'm very good at capturing my own likeness. It's probably just a thing of like looking at a drawing of myself, it doesn't feel like it looks like me because I see myself so often. So I'll probably do like a cute little animal or something. So that's exciting. I have no idea how long that's gonna take me, but probably a while, because I struggled to do like a car, like a little car. But yeah, I don't know, that could be something that you see soonish. I'm not really even talking about the character designs. Really, I just like to come on here and yap, honestly. I like to come on here and chit chat with you guys about what's going on with like my art stuff. Yeah, I mean, I really fell out of drawing for a while. Like, I kept coming back a little and then going away, and coming back a little and then going away. But like this past like 2 weeks, I've actually been drawing like kind of a lot. Not all of it stuff that I'd like put online, because I've been going back to like my roots of just like sitting down and sketching something, just sketching something for fun, something that doesn't have to look good, doesn't have to be finished, doesn't have to be like impressive or anything, just for fun. Like, I don't know when I stopped doing that, but at some point, like, drawing kind of lost its fun, and I just started drawing things to make stuff that I could post. Like, every single thing that I drew, I felt like it had to be postable. It had to be polished and fully done, fully shaded. Line art had to look good. Like, yeah, I got in this like loop of perfectionism that I couldn't even keep up with my own standard, and it really just like sucked the fun out of drawing for me. And I didn't realize that at first, and I couldn't figure out why. Like, every time I would sit down to draw, it was just an awful experience. But now that I'm finally coming out of that, like, and I'm getting my passion back for drawing, and it feels fun to sit down and draw. I can sit down and like study my art books, and I'm not bored. I'm actually enjoying myself. I feel like I'm starting to see improvement and to go back to just the quality that I feel like my drawings were before. Like, even in the areas that I lacked technical skill, like, there was just clearly more care put into my drawings. And if you hear anything in the background of this video, I do live with other people who may make noise, especially my little brother, who screams at the top of his lungs. So if you ever hear any screaming in the background of my videos, I swear no one is being injured. You may also hear the meowing of my kitties, because I do have 2 cats, and they're often in my bedroom with me, so there's a good chance you could hear them too, because they're very talkative. Another thing I definitely want to start working on is like layer organization. Like, I never name my layers, and I don't know what's what, and in Clip Studio Paint that's like so much more annoying than it was in Procreate. Like, I'm trying to figure out what I need, and it's buried in my pile of unlabeled, unsorted layers. So I definitely need to work on that too, because you can see me like jumping around between layers a lot. I don't know how to use like a layer mask, like the square with the circle cut out of it icon. I never learned how to use that. I don't know if that's easier or not, but I've always just done clipping masks, like one above the other, clip and then merge. Maybe that's just because I always used Procreate. I don't know. Oh, but one thing I definitely also love is like locking the transparent layer, the transparent pixels, and like coloring my line art. I think you could do that in Procreate, but I never did for some reason. I always did clipping masks. But really just like doing this made me realize like how many tools Procreate just doesn't have. Like, where it has it, but it just is like kind of annoying to access it. Like, having the hotkeys on the side of my drawing tablet was like really nice, and having to use the navigation window at first was like kind of annoying, but once I got used to it, I honestly think it helped me, because I think one of the problems with Procreate is like I can move the screen so much so conveniently that like I'm not focusing on the whole picture. I'm just zooming into tiny little bits and staying on those bits. Anyway, here's me adding some of the final touches. The few things that I usually do at the end of like all my drawings is I'll make a duplicate of the line art after it's colored, blur it and just like lower the opacity, just softens it. I learned that on TikTok. I have no idea who taught me that. I think back in like 2020 somebody did that, and I was like, yeah, I like that, and I've been doing that ever since. And I just go back and like paint over some areas that I want to look better. Like, you can see me with the chain and the skateboard, just things that I want to look shiny, or that I don't really like how they look like restrained by the lines. Like, if you know what I mean by that, like the teeth, they felt like they were being restrained by the lines. The line art didn't look good, so I painted over it to get rid of it. Tripping over my words. Another thing I usually like to do is just to go over like the hair and add like stray hairs and little highlights and stuff. I don't know, I just think it makes it look more lively and less like stiff. That's a problem that I definitely have sometimes. Like, my art looking kind of stiff. And then I'm adding like cute little doodles. I don't know, I just felt like that fit. Gumball. And here's the final drawing for Gumball. I definitely think it turned out cute. I feel like I captured his energy. Let me know what you think. Is it Gumball or is it giving more Zach? Next up, we have the cutie patootie himself, Darwin. So this one did not take nearly as long as the Gumball one did, because at this point I'd already gotten a little bit more familiar with like re-familiar really with Clip Studio. Yeah, so you can see there I'm referencing that picture. It's just like a picture off Pinterest. I wanted him to do like a little skipping motion because I don't know, I thought it was cute, very Darwin-esque. I did change the pose a little. It's not the same as in the picture. I put his arm down. He's gonna have a little over-the-shoulder bag. Which, speaking of posing, I'm curious. Let me know in the comments below what method do you guys use for like your poses. I still do kind of like the wooden block. You know those like little wooden block figures? I do that. Is there a better way? I've tried so many ways and I can never decide if I think one is better than the other. I found these like really nice pencil brushes in the Clip Studio asset store. They're in a different language, so I don't know what they're called, but they look so nice, don't they? I had such a good time sketching this with those pencils. The first one I sketched with the Perfect pencil, which I think is also from the Clip Studio asset store. I don't know if that comes in Clip Studio or not at this point. I don't remember. But I really like these pencils. They felt very like realistic, so that made the sketching process really nice. For Darwin, I didn't give him any like fish features like how I made Gumball. You know, he still had cat features. I was gonna give him like gills or something, but I ended up not committing to that because I felt like it looked weird. So he's just a regular guy, I guess. I gave him a bright orange hoodie because I feel like most people when they draw Darwin they give him a hoodie. But yeah, I think he'd be wearing a hoodie. And of course his green sneakers. I put a little shirt underneath his hoodie. And then yeah, I did give him the over-the-shoulder bag. Really, I did not like go too in depth with this. I just drew like what I thought Darwin would look like as a person. Like very cutesy. I did try to make the shape of his hair like kind of similar to the shape of like Darwin's little tail. Because I thought that was cute. His hair is just like down. Well, it's not down. Like, you know, like free form. It's not like braided or anything. Also, I'm curious, what do you guys like? I'm sure a lot of you are probably artists. Like if you're watching an art video, I feel like it's usually artists who watch other people's art videos. Like what do you do when you draw? Like, do you listen to music? Do you listen to nothing? Do you watch like YouTube videos? A lot of the time I watch YouTube videos, but then sometimes I get kind of distracted, so I don't actually like draw. I kind of just sit and watch the YouTube video. But lately, like, music has not really been doing it for me. Like, I'll try to listen to music and it's just kind of like meh. I mean, I like music still. But like for some reason it's just not the vibe when I'm drawing recently. It's like what do you guys do when you draw? I don't like to sit in silence. Sometimes I do podcasts. I don't know. What else even is there? Anyway, what are you guys' thoughts on the new Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball? Like, have you guys seen the trailer for that? Or I don't think it's a trailer. It's just like a little snippet. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of nervous because what if it's not good and they besmirch the good name of my wonderful, amazing World of Gumball show? I literally love that show so much. I still watch it all the time. If it's bad, I'm gonna be so upset. Like, I haven't watched the new season of like the continuation of Phineas and Ferb, but I've not heard good things. Maybe the people who I've heard from are just very critical, but I'm very nervous that will happen with the Amazing World of Gumball, with the Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball. Oh, it better be good or I'm gonna be so sad. I feel the need to reboot literally every single thing. Like, on one hand, of course I want more content of like the stuff that I really like, but I'm always nervous that it's gonna be bad or that I'm just not gonna like it. Like, even if it's good, if I don't like it, then it's like, dang, what was the point? Like, I think about the Young Justice continuation a lot. Like, the very first season of Young Justice was so good, and like, it's so nostalgic, and I literally loved it so much. But then I remember trying to watch like the continuation years later, and I just couldn't get into it. It didn't feel like the same show, and maybe it wasn't supposed to. It's been a while since then, but still, like, I don't know. It was just sad because I was like, oh, more Young Justice, and then I was like, oh, well, this isn't really what I wanted. And also with them just doing like live actions of everything, like, there's some live actions I want to see. Like, I do want to see the live action How to Train Your Dragon, just because it looks cool. I want to see it, but like, was it necessary? No, not really. Of course I would prefer animation because I'm a 2D artist, so I prefer animation. But for whatever reason, every freaking person wants live action movies, which we say like, oh, who's this for? Who wants this? But then everybody watches it. Like the Lilo and Stitch movie, I didn't watch that, and I don't plan on watching that. But apparently it was successful. So even if I think that it's dookie and ugly looking and the original's so much better, doesn't matter because it still made them a profit. Also, back to the drawing for a second. You see me drawing shoelaces on there. I think I decided I was going to do the shoelaces like last, but I don't think I ever went back to add the shoelaces, so I'm pretty sure his shoes don't have laces. I think I might have forgotten about that. But I saw on TikTok recently that there were like talks about a live action My Little Pony movie, which I did not look any further into that, so I have no idea if that claim has any truth to it at all. But like, I wouldn't put it past the studio to try and make something like that. What on earth would you possibly do? Like, how would you make a live action My Little Pony movie? I don't understand. Maybe like Equestria Girls, especially if it was for like younger kids and they did it like a Monster High style, like the Monster High live action movie. I didn't watch that either. It doesn't look very good, but I'm sure that the younger kids enjoyed it. Like, that could make sense for Equestria Girls. But how on earth would you do live action ponies? Like, are you gonna CGI animate them all creepy? Or are you just gonna do like a Two Bits and Pepper like talking horse situation? I did see, I have no idea what it was from, but I did see like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit style like video of like Rarity 2D but in like a 3D video, like a real video. I don't know what it was, like I don't know what it was, but I did laugh pretty hard at that because that would be so funny if they did a live action movie but all of the ponies are 2D. I don't know what it would be about or how that would make any sense, but like that it would be pretty funny. That would be pretty funny to see. But like all these reboots in general, I feel like nobody even really wanted this. Like the Harry Potter reboot for HBO. I don't want it. And I don't know, maybe like the newer generations will like it, but I just can't picture that being Harry Potter. And like from all the promo pictures and the like little behind the scenes snippets that we've seen, it just doesn't look interesting. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look like Harry Potter. Maybe I'm judging it way too early. Maybe it will be good. I don't know. But I don't have high expectations. Right now you can see me lining Darwin's bag. I did give him some pins and I gave him like a little skull charm. I don't know, I thought he would have something that either Carrie gave him or like to remind him of Carrie. So yeah, that's why he has that. I know he probably would not choose that if Carrie didn't give it to him. Speaking of Carrie, let me know if you guys want a part 2. I think I would either do Carrie and Penny, or maybe the rest of the family, Nicole, Richard, and Anais. I'm sure if I continue to enjoy this and you guys continue to enjoy it, that I would eventually get around to most of the favorite characters. It might also be fun to try like a Amazing World of Gumball reanimated, maybe like reanimate like a short clip with these designs. It might probably take a while actually. I might need to simplify the designs a little more than that before doing something like that, but I've been trying to practice like my 2D animation just because I really like doing that, but I don't have very many examples of 2D animation. There was one point where I was doing a Total Drama reanimated. That was like a long time ago now, and I finished like half of it before, like, I basically just didn't plan it well enough, and I was like halfway in and there were so many mistakes that I was realizing I had made and I wanted to fix, but I didn't want to completely restart. I ended up just scrapping the whole thing. I never finished it. So who knows if I'll actually do that, but it could definitely be good because I've been needing to practice backgrounds, 2D animation, like all of these sorts of things, you know, character interactions. They're all things that I can do, but I don't have like enough finished work that I feel like I can show people. Like if someone asks me like, can you animate, and I say yes, I don't have like a good collection of like nice polished animations. As we're nearing the end of the speed paint, I just want to say like I don't really know what my style is gonna evolve into going forward. Like, I've really been trying to break out of my, like, perfectionist habits and just try stuff and figure out what looks good. Because I've had such a rigid method of drawing things. Like, step by step by step, same steps I've always done, same methods I've always done. To try and make things look good. And not really just going with the flow and doing whatever actually feels right. So my art has just been coming out looking so stiff and lifeless, and I do think that these drawings are a good example of me like breaking out of that. So going forward, I'm going to be doing a lot to try and break those habits. So I don't know, we'll see what my style turns into. Maybe it'll stay relatively similar, maybe not, but I really think that like my coloring style is going to change a lot. I'm definitely someone who prefers to have line art, but I think that I'll probably lean more into like the overpainting like at the end after line art, because I do really enjoy doing that, but I can't like skip the line art phase altogether. I've tried so many times to do an art process where it's sketch, color, and then paint the details, but I can never get myself to enjoy that. Like, it's just too it's too messy for me, and then I don't enjoy it. it's not very nice. The thing I do definitely plan on making a video about sometime in the future. I don't know if it'll be near future or like semi-distant future, but I've been working on some OC stuff recently. I've never been somebody to like really like dive deep into like my OCs. My OCs would usually just be cute little characters that I doodle every now and then, but I actually have been developing some OC lore, and I might be making like some cute little short comics. So I do plan on making at least one video about that, but I don't know how long that will take because it's definitely like more of a fun thing. I'm not gonna like put pressure on myself to make that ASAP, but it is something you guys will be seeing at some point, so something to look forward to. Speaking of putting pressure on myself, the creation point of those OCs was like trying to turn out some OCs for Art Fight, because I really wanted to do Art Fight, but I didn't realize it was so soon, and I mean, long story short, I didn't end up doing Art Fight because I started to make the reference sheets and I was like, I don't have enough time to do this, and I'm not going to be happy with it if I put it up like in a state that I feel is not as complete as it should be. So I didn't end up participating in a art fight this year. I never have, which is why I wanted to. But yeah, I ended up keeping the OCs and working on them a little more. So eventually you guys will see them. That about brings us to the end of today's video. Yeah, I really like how they both turned out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys liked this longer video where I talk more, or if you prefer the other style of video. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.